Yeah, kind of going back from the start, we had the discussion about the Lincoln Prairie Bike Trail this evening. Can you kind of echo some of the, some of the things that you had said that, residents had talked to you about? What were some of the concerns and discussion that you had heard?
Well, the communications I received from the residents of the area and the users of the bike trail were all positive and supportive, keeping the bike trail as opposed to letting it go ahead and become something that is no longer an asset to the community. Everybody knows that there is some needed repairs to the bike trail in different areas, nothing major. I took a ride with Superintendent Jackson this morning. Took a look at it myself firsthand, and yes, there are some areas that need to be addressed, but overall I think it's a very justified expense, the minimal expense we'll be putting into it to keep this asset as a very good asset for the community of Taylorville.
Now there's an agreement being drawn up that would be between Taylorville and Pana about the bike trail. Sounds like Taylorville might take ownership of part of the bike trail, and there's also been discussion as to where that ownership would extend to. Can you kind of talk about that a little bit?
Right. The intergovernmental agreement, what it will do is release a portion of the bike trail to the city of Taylorville to become the owners of the bike trail. Currently, the city of Pana owns the bike trail, working with them for years to help maintain the area that Taylorville is associated with, which is basically up to the prison. We've been doing that for years. With the transition over to Taylorville, we're hoping to be able to go all the way to Awanaco, which is what the agreement was this evening, agreed to by the City Council. And once that's in place, and we will maintain up to that point, the city of Pana will retain the bike trail from Pana to the city of Awanaco. So what we're doing is basically breaking the bike trail up into two sections. The city of Taylorville will be owners of the bike trail to the city of Awanaco, and the city of Pana will be the remaining part of the bike trail.
And you're also a member of the local Kiwanis Club, and you said at the meeting today you guys had heard from an individual who really, it sounds like, is helping kind of get the word out nationally about this bike trail. Can you kind of talk about what he discussed at the Kiwanis meeting?
Well, I'm glad you asked me about that, because I was totally caught off guard when we had a speaker today at Kiwanis, which was a gentleman named Chad Sutton. A lot of people know him here in the community. And he focused several times on his presentation relating to the use of the bike trail as he trained for marathon running. And once I heard that, I thought, well, there's another plus for the bike trail that people don't really pay attention to. And Chad is a long distance runner. He's running the Boston Marathon, the Chicago Marathon. I believe he said he's going to be in Los Angeles in the next few weeks or so. And then I think in October he's going to be in Berlin, and we're actually getting the city of Taylorville's name out there because he has to sign up as to where he's from. I'm assuming he would have to also give some indication of how he trains, where he trains, and he did specify that he uses the Taylorville Bike Trail, or the Prairie Bike Trail. So I think it's a plus to have him in support of this also.
Now, another thing I wanted to ask you too is that originally when this issue came up, it was because the Trestle Bridge as a part of the bike trail has been kind of in disrepair for quite a while now, and the original idea was to just help repair that. How has that grown from just that idea to, hey, if we're going to be helping to maintain this bike trail, let's see if we can't take ownership of a portion of it?
Well, I think over the years it's probably been an issue that the city of Pana would love to have seen us take over the ownership of this bike trail. However, there has never been anything that really has been the driving factor to take a good serious look at this. And once we had the trestle in the disrepair that it is now, and basically because of liability it has been closed, the city of Pana and city of Taylorville have worked together to get a grant. Even though the numbers that the grant has been approved to isn't necessarily the total cost of what we would be looking at. I'm assuming it's going to be a very substantial number that's lowered as compared to what the original grant is. With that, once we get the trestle in place, and we're looking at transitioning the trail over to the city of Taylorville, and this just happened to be the piece of the puzzle that was missing to go ahead and force us to look at this very seriously.
Now, my last question for you tonight would be, there were some concerns from some of the aldermen that were voiced saying that, hey, we have some other things within the city, sidewalks and whatnot, that really need some attention, that maybe those, the funds that could go to the bike trail could maybe go to that instead. I was wondering what your opinion on all that was.
Well, we always look at what the city of Taylorville needs. We know that the roads are in disrepair. We know that we have sidewalk issues. there's not enough money to go everywhere, but at the same time, I'm a firm believer that if you have an asset and you promote the asset, that brings people to Taylorville. If they bring people to Taylorville, the tax dollars will increase. If the tax dollars do increase, then the coffers of the city increase, and therefore we have more money to pursue resolution to the issues we are currently unable to finance. So I think any time that you have a asset, and I stated very strongly this evening, that we have assets including the golf course, the airport, and also this bike trail. We do not promote those assets to where we should, and if you don't promote, you won't grow. But if you promote these, and I think we're going to probably see that on the bike trail now, that if you promote the assets, that you will see some tax dollars coming into the community.
Thank you.